Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Shri Radharani ki Jai, Vrindavaneshwari Jai, Shri Angaharini ki Jai, Jai Bhuvasundari Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gauranga Vicharanga Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Guru Gauranga Nityananda Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Gauranga, Nityananda.
It's LC the beat guy.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, oh Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Oh, Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
I'll see the beat
Hare
live.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare. Oh, okay. All right. Turn your mics on. Get your bead bags out. Whatever you got.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Ram
Rama
Ram Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari Hari
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Krishna
Oh,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama
Hare
Hari
Ram
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama
Ram
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari
Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Oh,
Ram Hare Krishna Hare
ah,
Krishna
ah.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna, 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 Hari Hari,
Ram Ram
Hari
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hari Hari.
Krishna Krishna
A little
Hare
better light in there, Rajini. If you
Ram
got
Ram Hare
Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama,
Ram
Rama, Hari Hari,
Hare
Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Ram
Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Rama,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari,
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Rama,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari
Krishna
Ram, Hari
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari
Krishna
Ram, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Rama,
Hare Ram Hare
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram,
Ram
Hari
Ram Hare Krishna
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna,
It's
Krishna,
called
Hare
chanting.
Hare, Hare Rama,
Chanting.
Hare Rama,
That's what we're doing here.
Rama, Rama,
It's
Hare
ecstatic chanting. So, yeah, so yeah, it takes away all your miseries. Gives you great bliss.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Forever loving service.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
God is.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Just join us every day. Here.
Rama,
Just
Rama,
watch,
Hare
hear,
Hare,
and listen, and chant with us. If you like.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
so pure, so
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 types,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra
So we're going to christen Janine's new book. So it's the christening of the new book. She's going to read a little bit.
Yes. Thank you very much, Gurudev. I already started on my own.
Oh yeah. So
Just not.
pick up wherever you left off, if you like.
I'm not sure if it was. I just started on the first chapter. I think we wrote it yesterday.
Wherever you want.
Might be that we hear the same as yesterday then.
The what?
So it's in Adi Kanda chapter 1, just on page 3.
Sounds good.
So the Supreme Lord Balarama, like an exquisite gem decorated by the cluster of gopis, performed his pleasurable pastimes. He behaved like Indra's elephant Airavata, the controller of many she-elephants. The Gandharvas observed the Rasa dance and offered their prayers. The sound of kettle drums rose from the heavens. The demigods joyously showered flowers upon them. And the Gandharvas and sages worshipped the Supreme Lord Balarama with verses praising his activities. The sages unequivocally denounced association with women, yet they sing hymns in praise of Balarama's Rasa dance with his coward dancers. The demigods attended Balarama's Rasa dance to shower flower petals. They know that there is no difference between Lord Krishna and Lord Balarama Anadira. The transcendental qualities of Balarama are obscure in the four Vedas, but the Puranas describe them boldly. What power do I have to describe them? However, out of ignorance, some people disregard the Puranas and reject Balarama's Rasa dance as inauthentic. The two brothers, Lord Krishna and Balarama, performed the Rasa Krida pastimes with the gopis in the same place of Vrindavana. Once, on a radiant full moon night, at the end of the Shiva Ratri Vrata, Lord Krishna and Lord Balarama were playing holy in the midst of the beautiful maidens of Vrindavana. Krishna and Balarama were both pleasingly decorated with the finest jewelry, sandalwood plant, wildflower garlands, and exquisite clothes. The fortunate gopis sang sweetly. Their hearts had sung and reached for Krishna. As Krishna and Balarama praised the beauty of the nightfall, the moon and the stars appeared. The fragrance of Arabian jasmine intoxicated the bumblebees, and a light breeze carried the aromas of white lilies and lotus flowers. Considering that very moment to be appropriate, Krishna and Balarama began their pleasurable dalliances. They sang together for the pleasure of all living entities, their voices rising and falling melodiously. If a person, after reading Srimad Bhagavatam, is not affectionately inclined towards Lord Balarama, then he is rejected by the Supreme Lord Vishnu and his devotees. In the words of Srimad Bhagavatam, a non-believer is a yavana, a barbarian. He is destined to suffer in hell, birth after birth. Faithless persons, who are like eunuchs, make emotional gesticulations, foolishly challenging which scripture describes the residence of Balarama. Who is so sinful that even after reading the scriptures, he cannot accept the truth, but misinterprets the real meaning and gives his own distorted understanding? Lord Balarama is the abode of Lord Chaitanya's deep affection. Thus, offense at Balarama's lotus feet destroys all possibility of salvation. Sri Balarama appears in various forms, along with all the incarnations of Lord Krishna, thus manifesting different characteristics in his loving service to the Lord. In his incarnation as Lakshmana, the younger brother of Lord Ramachandra, Balarama enacted the role of a Lord's servitor. Yet, in his manifestation with Lord Krishna, Balarama serves him in every respect, as a friend and as a brother, by fanning him, putting him to sleep, glorifying him with Vedic invocations, and expanding himself as his house, umbrella, attire, jewelry, and seat. In the Stutram Ratna 37, O Lord, your direct partial expansion, Anantashesha, is the source of all the various ingredients for your service in the transcendental realm of Vaikuntha. Anantashesha is famous because he is manifest as your residence, bed, throne, shoes, clothes, jewelry, etc. When shall I see you with Lakshmi Devi seated upon the throne of Anantashesha? Anantashesha's partial expansion is the mighty Sri Garuda, whose satisfaction is derived from acting as the Lord's carrier in every pastime. Ananta's devotees include Brahma, Shiva, the four Kumaras, Srila Vyasadeva, Shukadeva Goswami, and Narada Muni. His glorious qualities are unlimited and are not fully understood by anyone. He is the original personality, the greatest mystic, the Supreme Lord, and the greatest devotee of the Vaishnavas. Thus far, you have heard about the wonderful services performed by Anantashesha. Now hear about his great opulence. Anantashesha is enthroned in the lower planetary system of Padala as his own source and repose. All worship him, and his 1,000 mouths continually taste the unlimited nectar of Krishna Prema. In the court of Brahma, Narada Muni plays on his veena, and with well-composed verses, he sings the wonderful glories of Ananta. Is it humanly possible to know the supramundane nature of Ananta Deva? Just by his glance, he sets in motion the 3 modes of material nature that are the cause of this world's creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Although he is one, he supports the entire, variegated material cosmic manifestation himself with the pores of his person. He is beginningless and eternal. Other than Lord Sankarsana, Anantashesha, who can offer shelter to persons devoid of all material aspirations? He is the support upon which the material world manifests and acts. That Supreme Lord, the cause of all causes, has appeared in his sublime spiritual form. He is the most powerful. In comparison, the power of a lion is insignificant. He performs pure transcendental pastimes to capture the hearts of his dear devotees, and he destroys countless sins by manifesting his transcendental form. What more is there to say than this? Hearing or calling out the name of Lord Anantadeva, either respectfully or accidentally, purifies one. Even a most degraded person is purified if he just tauntingly utters the name of Sri Ananta. Anantadeva's mighty potency is beyond measure. That Supreme Lord carries upon just one of his 1,000 heads the entire universe with all its living entities, mountains and rivers, and that universe appears to be only a minute atomic speck. Even if a person acquires 1,000 tongues, how can he describe the power of the omnipotent Supreme Lord? Anantadeva is his own shelter and source, filled with unlimited power and strength. While residing in the lower planetary system of Rasatala, with complete ease born from his detachment, he holds his gigantic cosmic manifestation. This material world's creation, maintenance, and annihilation, as well as the three modes of material nature, are activated by his glance. Who can fathom Anantadeva's non-dual, transcendental, eternal, and unborn existence? Out of mercy towards the living entities, the Lord manifests his supramundane spiritual form while he performs his variegated pastimes. All living entities reside within the transcendental form. The mighty Lord Narasimhadeva represents but a wave in the ocean of the Lord's unlimited pastimes, which satisfy the hearts of his devotees. Anantadeva's unlimited names, when heard or chanted by anyone in any manner, immediately sever the news of innumerable birth and death. Thus, the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord always appreciate those who glorify him. Anantashesha is the supreme destination of the entire universe. His holy name is the only means for the redemption of the living entities. The Lord holds upon his head the unlimited material nature, along with its mountains and oceans, simply for its protection and maintenance. I'm sorry. The entire ocean of material existence and drown in the ocean of devotional ecstasy may take shelter of Lord Nityananda. I pray to the merciful Vaishnava devotees of the Lord to fulfill the yearning of my heart. May I serve my Lord Balarama, birth after birth. Just as Bija, Vipra, and Brahmana are different names for the same person, similarly Nityananda, Ananta, and Balarama are different names for the same Supreme Personality. My Lord Nityananda Prabhu appeared within my heart and instructed me to narrate the transcendental qualities of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu in this book. The pastimes of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu are revealed by Nityananda's mercy only, because his personal expansion, Anantashesha, is the storehouse of information about Lord Caitanya and Lord Krishna's pastimes. Although Sri Anantashesha is the embodiment of Krishna Kirtana, I have been able to offer only a humble prayer in his honor. Hearing Lord Chaitanya's qualities and pastimes can clean away all material contaminations. Such pastimes are revealed only through a pure devotee's grace, for who else can know the nature and pastimes of Lord Caitanya? Even in the Vedas, the pastimes of Lord Caitanya are a hidden mystery. Therefore, I have compiled only first-hand accounts taken directly from the lips of the associates of the Lord. I see no beginning or end to Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. They are eternal and unlimited, and only the Lord's grace gives me the potency to compose them. I am simply Lord Chaitanya's mouthpiece, repeating as he desires, just like a doll moved by some unseen hand. I throw myself at the feet of all pure Vaishnava devotees, so they may cleanse me of all offenses. O my brothers, Please listen very attentively to the transcendental pastimes Lord Caitanya performs with his devotee associates. The ecstatic pastimes of Lord Caitanya have been divided into 3 periods: Adi, Madhya, and Antya or Shesha, early, intermediate, and later. The early period includes a description of the Lord's education, and the intermediate portion reveals Mahaprabhu's pastimes of congregational chanting. The concluding portion describes the Lord's pastimes as a sannyasi in Nilachala, Orissa. From there, he allocated to Nityananda the mission of preaching in Bengal. The pious Sri Jagannatha Mishra, Chaitanya's father, lived in Navadvipa. Like Vasudeva, he conscientiously performed his spiritual duties. His devout and faithful wife, Srimati Sachi Devi, was a second devotee, the beloved mother of everyone. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Narayana, appeared in the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi, and as Sri Krishna Chaitanya, he became the most precious possession of everyone's heart. The Adikanda begins by describing the appearance of Lord Caitanya on an auspicious full moon evening in the month of Phalguna, just as the moon went into eclipse. The tumultuous chanting of Lord Hari's holy name filled all directions, inspiring everyone to sing together. The Supreme Lord Caitanya was born amidst the chanting. The Adikanda also describes the Lord's numerous childhood pastimes. Lord Caitanya reveals to his parents his otherwise unmanifest place of residence, the holy Dharma. Moreover, as they stare in wonder, he displays the signs of divinity upon his lotus feet. In this portion of the book, one day thieves kidnap baby Nimai from his house, but he tricks them into bringing him back home. Another story narrates how the Lord ate all the foodstuffs offered to Vishnu in the house of Jagadisha and Hiranya. Yet another story describes the Lord sitting upon a pile of contaminated cooking pots, using the situation to instruct his mother in philosophy. In the Adikanda, the Lord also acts like a crying baby, using his tears as a ploy to make everyone chant the holy names of Krishna. The Adikanda discusses the Lord as a child, playing with his friends as if he were Krishna in Gokula. The Lord begins his education, and with a little effort masters all the scriptures. The Adikanda narrates the disappearance of Sri Jagannatha Mishra and Vishvarupa's acceptance of sannyasa, and how these 2 disasters afflicted Sachimata. Then the Adikanda describes the Lord's wonderful pastimes as a student. He was pride personified before the other student scholars. Chaitanya's travels through eastern Bengal are also described here. The land becomes a place of pilgrimage by the touch of his lotus feet. Chaitanya becomes the master of all different scriptures. There is no one in the 3 worlds to challenge his erudition. The Adikanda describes the Lord sporting with his fellow students in their water pastimes on the waves of the Ganga. Then come the Lord's first marriage and the glorious disappearance of his first wife. He duly accepts a second wife, the daughter of a regal scholar. Once he appears to be sick from a disorder of the life airs and takes the opportunity to reveal the symptoms of Krishna prema. While the Lord roams about as a great scholar, he empowers all the devotees who surrender to him. This narration of the early life of Sri Caitanya includes a description of the immense joy upon Sachimata's face when he looks upon the moon-like, blissful face and the graceful manner and cloak of the Lord. Then Nimai Pandita piques the pride of a scholar. He was renowned as Digvijaya, the world conqueror, Ultimately, the Lord slashes away the skull's material bonds. The Lord puts everyone, even his devotees, into illusion about his real identity, and he roams the streets of Navadvipa unknown to all. There is also a description of the Lord's pilgrimage to Gaya Dharma, and how he shows causeless mercy upon Ishvarapuri by accepting him as his spiritual master. The Adikanda is a reservoir of the Lord's never-ending pleasurable pastimes. In the future, Srila Vyasadeva, the greatest of sages, will describe other pastimes. However, herein I reveal the early pastimes of the Lord up to the time he returns from his visits to Gaya Dharma. In the Madhya Kanda, the Lord's omnipotence becomes known, and gradually his devotees are identified as they collect around his lotus feet like bees around honey. Chaitanya reveals his absolute identity as Lord Narayana by sitting upon the altar of Vishnu in the houses of Sri Advaita and Srivasa Pandita. Sri Chaitanya meets Nityananda Prabhu, and together the brothers make wonderful Krishna Kirtana. When Nityananda's vision of the transcendental six-handed form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described. Later, the Lord exhibits his universal form to Advaita Acharya Prabhu. Nityananda's Vyasa Puja has been described in Madhya Kanda along with the story of how he was slandered by some faithless atheists. Thereafter comes the description of Lord Chaitanya's manifestation as Balarama, when Nityananda gives him his cloak and cloth. The wonderful redemption of the two reprobates, Jagai and Madhai, who were later become quite famous, is told in detail. Shachimata's vision of Sri Chaitanya in a blackish complexion and Sri Nityananda in a whitish complexion is also discussed. In the Madhya Kanda, Lord Chaitanya shows as unlimitedly opulent Mahaprakasha form for 21 hours. On this occasion, he reveals the transcendental truth about himself and the internal identities of all his devotees. Thereafter, Lord Caitanya, who is Narayana, the Lord of Vaikuntha, and the Supreme Absolute Reality, dances and chants as he narrates the truth about himself. Further in Madhya Kanda, the Lord breaks the chant Kasi's pride, and manifesting his own spiritual potency, he engages in continuous congregational chanting. By the Lord's grace, the chant Kasi accepts devotional service. Immersed in ecstatic bliss, Sri Chaitanya thereafter moves from village to village performing kirtana. The Lord declares the truth about himself as he exhibits his Varaha Rupa, a four-armed form, while riding around the courtyard upon the back of his devotee Murari Gupta. The Lord also eats some rice that Shuklambara had collected by begging, and performs many wonderful pastimes in his manifestations of Lord Narayana. In the Madhya Kanda, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears before the devotees in the guise of Mahalakshmi and Rukmini Devi, the Universal Mother, and breastfeeds all the devotees who are her dependent sons. The Lord chastises Mukunda for keeping bad company, and later, when he is satisfied with Mukunda's obedience, he favors him with divine grace. Then there is a narration describing the ecstatic all-night kirtanas in Navadvipa, which are held regularly for a complete year. Madhya Kanda describes some more verbal fights between Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Advaita Acharya. Only a foolish person thinks that these are actual disagreements. When the Lord instructs his mother and simultaneously warns the whole world about the grievous consequences of offending the Vaishnava devotees. Satisfied by the prayers of his devotees, the Lord gives individual benedictions to each of them. Srila Haridasa Thakura receives Mahaprabhu's mercy and the Lord shows compassion towards Sridhara by drinking water from his pot. In the Madhya Kanda, Sri Caitanya blissfully performs daily pastimes in the waters of the Ganga with all his devotees. Once, he and Nityananda Prabhu visit the house of Advaita Acharya for a particular reason. Here in the Madhya Kanda, there is a description of the Lord's severe chastisement of Advaita Acharya, but finally, the Lord shows immeasurable grace of Advaita. Then the Madhya Kanda describes how the extremely fortunate Sri Murari Gupta becomes enlightened about the identities of Lord Caitanya as Krishna and Nityananda as Balarama. The two supreme personalities dance in ecstasy in the house of Sri Vasa. In the Madhya Kanda, the Lord explains the entire philosophical truth about human life, using Sri Vasa's expired son as the speaker. In this way, he alleviates everyone's suffering. News of this incident spreads far and wide, and by the Lord's grace, Sri Vasa overcomes the shock of his son's death. In another story narrated in Madhya Kanda, the Lord throws himself into the Ganga, and Nityananda Prabhu and Srila Haridasa Thakura lift him out. Then Srimati Narayani receives a treasure desired even by Brahma and the demigods. She receives the remnants of the Lord's foodstuffs. Final story in the Madhya Kanda is the pastime of the Lord leaving home and accepting the renounced order of life for the salvation of every living entity. There are uncountable pastimes of the Lord in the Madhya Kanda. Srila Vyasadeva will describe later whatever remains untouched. As the Shesha Kanda opens, Vishvambara is in the sannyasa order of life, and he has accepted the name Sri Krishna Caitanya. He has shaven his head clean, thereby plunging Advaita Acharya Prabhu into deep despondency. Shatimata's suffering is unbearable, yet she is sustained by the Lord's mercy. Nityananda, the manifestation of Balarama, smashes Chaitanya's sannyasa danda, and thereafter the Lord conceals his real identity and goes to Nilachala Puri. Chaitanya playfully dupes Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya when they first meet, but later he exhibits his six-handed form to him. The Lord mercifully graces King Prataparudra with devotional service and lives thereafter in the house of Kashi Mishra. During Chaitanya's stay in Puri, both Svarupa Damodara and Paramananda Puri become eligible to serve the Lord in the most confidential relationships. Sri Sakanda also describes Chaitanya's trip through Bengal upon his way to Mathura in Vrindavana. He stays in Vidya Vachaspati's residence before moving on to the village of Kulia in Bengal. Millions of people gather to see the Lord upon his return to Bengal, and all who see him are liberated. Chaitanya attempts to continue upon his trip to Mathura, but after a short distance he turns back to Bengal. Soon the Lord returns to Nilachala and engages there in continuous kirtana with his associates. He sends Nityananda to preach in Bengal, while he remains in Nilachala with a handful of devotees. In the Sheshakanda, the Lord and all his devotees dance ecstatically before Lord Jagannatha's chariot. Lord Chaitanya's travels to Rameshwaram in South India and his journey to Mathura through the Jarakanda forest are also described in the Sheshakanda. Later, the Lord showers his grace upon Raya Ramananda and reveals other divine pastimes which he had performed in his previous appearance in Mathura. In the Sheshakanda, The magnanimous Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also raised the two brothers, Dabyakasa and Sakara Malika, by revealing his supreme identity to them. He liberates and renames them both. They become the famous Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. In Sheshakanda, the Lord's travels to Varanasi are described. The sannyasis of Varanasi could not recognize the Supreme Lord because they were too critical of the Vaishnavas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thereafter returns to Nilachala and becomes engrossed in congregational Hare Kirtana throughout the day and night. Sri Nityananda travels throughout India as a wandering mendicant. His pilgrimages are described in Sheshakanda. Who can understand Nityananda's unfathomable transcendental character? He roams about Mathura with ankle bells upon his feet. On Sri Chaitanya's request, he goes to Panihati and distributes devotional service, love of Krishna, to everyone. Through his causeless mercy, he saves Mahamala Raya and other merchants of that locality. In the Sheshakanda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's remaining 18 years in Nilachala is described. In this book, all the numerous pastimes are related about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Vedavyasa will later tell them all in detail. Nityananda finds endless joy in glorifying Lord Chaitanya, and he is an unmatched expert in that art. O Lord Chaitanya, please bless me, so I may receive the transcendental service of Nityananda's lotus feet. He is the Lord of the entire universe. At the very outset, I have narrated in brief the contents of this book. All of you please hear with undivided attention the pastimes of Sri Krishna Chaitanya that follow in the later chapters. Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda are my life and soul. I, Vrindavana Das, of my humble soul at their lotus feet.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the essence of Lord Chaitanya, his lila was to bring this ecstatic devotional service to the world. As I'm listening to lila, the whole thing is about that. It's so funny. It's become a mystery again. And we're beginning to reveal that mystery by the grace of Lord Chaitanya. People are getting it here. Look at Janine's reading. With the awakening of bhakti. This is what the Lord came here for. Not to spread just religion again. What is this? That's why it's religion. Come on, man. Let's get with the real program now. The real program is this ecstatic devotional service that the Lord came here to bring. Yeah. So, yeah, otherwise, God, the world is so dry and empty. Without it, God, you really, listening to the Leela, like a good, synopsis of the whole thing, you really get it. I mean, I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, he's coming here, giving bhakti here. His devotees are giving bhakti, awakening, teaching what are the obstacles to it. Basically, is going against the Vaishnavas. The Vaishnavas are the real ones, not the wannabes. The people who know what is this ecstatic devotion. Yeah. What do you think, Govinda? What do you think of that, Leela Janine?
That was so beautiful. So beautiful. could hear it again and again and again.
Yeah. Yeah, one devotee was thinking you should be more still because you're jumping around like a jelly bean.
Govinda always did that. From the moment I remember in Mayapur, he was jumping and dancing.
These are ecstatic expressions. Yeah, it's not that's the thing. People, they don't know. They don't understand. It takes a while. The ecstatic worship is trippy, man. It's like a real trip, man. See, the Lord came to give it. It's very rare. Usually, even now, people are like, "What is this? What is this? What are you doing?" Yeah. Kevin says, "While listening, I feel like walking on water." Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah. Ecstatic reading, Janine. It's so lovely to hear your voice. Very beautiful, Janine. One tip, if I may, that to serve you eternally in the Sanskrit. There's no emphasis on it. Okay, yeah, you can read that later. Yeah. Give us a word, Lalita. What do you have to say?
I'm very sorry, Guru Maharaj, that I did not understand her reading. It was too soft and my English, yeah. But I loved those vibrations. I was also really walking on water. Yeah, it were the vibrations. I'm used to listen to that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I loved it, really,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Oh, Janine, maybe later if you can. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have Freddie do it. I'm going to get you something. You can just like a microphone that you can plug in, and it'll give you because you have a soft voice, and then it'll give a louder thing. So it'll set you up. What do you use? You use a cell phone? You have a cell phone? Is that?
Here I'm on the laptop.
Oh, you're on a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So I hope that this would be actually better by transmitting the sound, but obviously it's still not good enough.
Yeah, well, an external microphone will help a lot, and where you can pin it yeah, like I have this kind of thing here on the laptop. Oops. Yeah, it helps a lot, and you turn the volume up and stuff. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll figure it out. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to read a couple of verses here. Thank you for a great reading there, Janine. Did you like reading? Yeah. Look like you're feeling it.
There you can feel that was the most beautiful.
I really did. I mean, it was Bhagavad Gita and Sri Chaitanya, Adi Lila, and now also this book. It's not an ordinary book. It touches themes as no book did before, and I've been reading a lot in my life, and now everything is boring except for these scriptures.
Yeah. See, the Lord is giving you the mercy. The mercy. It's not ordinary that you get attached to the book so easily. But you see, the Lord came here to give that attachment, or to awaken it in people. And a lot of times the devotees were devotees already from previous life, and they just awakened when they get contact with ecstatic devotees. And that's the secret here. You might have been doing this for probably, been doing this for lifetimes, and you just meet the book in this association, boom, it starts to awaken. And that's just how it always worked. Even Jesus said with his disciples, he said, "Lo, you have been with me always since the beginning of time," or something. devotees are, yeah, this is Lord Chaitanya's, they were in from other lives. I think we probably have some similar thing going on here. Because you can see the millions of people that are actually Vaishnavas that are not really attracted yet. See, and there's these few that are coming here. I mean, what is that? I mean, where did they come from? I mean, why is that? Out of many millions of Vaishnavas, there are millions now, millions, and only a few right now, because it's a rare group, and But this is how it's spread. If you're not, if this doesn't wake up in people, it's like everything is like, Jean was saying, pretty dry. It's not, you don't know what is really, really, really interesting until you just wake up, and then you realize how dry everything else is. How lifeless, actually, because this is the real life. It's the spirit. Our spiritual body is the real life in that. And our relationship with the Supreme Spirit, the Lord, is the real it's the real relationship. It makes everything else work. Even makes our regular lives okay. I notice a lot of times when I'm chanting and getting so ecstatic, and I think about just my ordinary activities, and I think, oh man, it's great. With God, it's all great. It becomes extraordinary, I think. That's otherwise, if that's all you got, oh God, what a life, man, Even the king, King Partaparudra in this Leela talks about him. He knew without the mercy of Lord Caitanya, he could not enjoy his kingdom. He couldn't enjoy what he was doing or anything. But with this relationship with Lord Caitanya, he could do his duties and everything and enjoy life, actually. Because the Lord is with him, in his life and his activities and all of that. Yeah. He's a flavor enhancer. Yeah. What do you think, Govinda? What do you got to say? You look kind of drunk. He's the toothless fairy.
Well, at the beginning of the class, I was thinking.
I like that space there. That really gives
how much I'd like to see space. Lolita. With two mirrors, like the pastimer. I can't remember the name of the devotee. I feel so happy just looking at these beautiful devotees. That's because I like to stir it up, churn it about a little bit. The Vaidis, they like something to shout and throw tomatoes about, and I don't know, that's what I was thinking at the start of class. And then Janine's reading just blew me away. It was just so beautiful. I could listen to that on loop over and over and over again. It was so beautiful. Just the vibration in the voice was so sincere, so genuine. It captivated. I get what Lolita meant. If she was reading in Belgium or Dutch or Chinese, I would have still listened. It was beautiful. Thank you, Janine. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, the words are important too, but even if you don't hear the words, the vibration you pick up, it affects you. Is the crying, the ecstasy of a devotee. That was the secret of Lord Caitanya spreading this, and the Vaishnavas who are not yet Vaishnavas, they don't like it. They think, oh, that's too intimate, or you're not supposed to do that. But that's how you get this. There's no other way to get it, is by being open and receptive to the devotees who have it. Otherwise, you're thrown out on the chain gang. The chain gang is out there. You're out there breaking rocks, man, doing the rules, regulate hard work and hard, difficult stuff, and all fastings and all that. It's work for devotees. It's like working on a chain gang. It's like you're still in prison, and you look at the devotee. Why are you? Why are you crying? Yeah, yeah. Well, there's lovers, and people. Some people are fighters, and some people are lovers of Krishna. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking, man, we have such great devotees coming that have real purified hearts. I could see why Jesus said, "Blessed." It's like he was also attracting, nice people coming. I mean, he only had 11 mainly, but still, it's kind of like here we get actually we got double that now. We got 21 people watching. Yeah. But beautiful hearts, coming, and I could say, yeah, blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God, because that's why you're here. You see the deeper nature of the Lord. Yeah, you're attracted to it. If you see this book, Janine, and you say, wow, this is not an ordinary book, that means you're seeing the deeper nature of the Lord, because that book is transcendental. And if you're not awakened, it'll just look like a regular book. Oh, you might give respect to it because, it's in our line, or Prabhupada wrote the books, and all this. Well, you just do, but you don't feel it. You don't realize it yet. Okay? You need this bhakti to do it. Okay? This is the love. The love reveals the truth about Krishna. Yeah, it brings the truth really close. Yeah. See, there he is. Balaram's getting the greed. Give me that bob. Give me the bob. He wants the bob. All right. Well, yes, you're in the right place. Whatever, the false ego starts to get really purified here, for all the false ID. You might have to go through some stuff. Yeah, because if you want to join the Bhav club here, people have to go through the purification right there, Govinda. He says, you want to be part of this elite club, the Bhav club. Otherwise, everybody remains in the skull and bones society. Yeah, it's purification, yeah. It's automatic. All you do is stick around. Just go through when people, all of a sudden you get ignored sometimes and you think, why are people ignoring me? I come here, I want to be noticed, and then nobody's noticing you and stuff like that. You see, that's great medicine for the false ego. Yeah. Or you see people coming here and they're advancing really a lot, and just, getting ecstasy, and you get jealous and the jealousy comes out. Yeah, you just got to go through it, man. Whatever it is. Yeah. Or crazy ideas. Yeah. So what else? What else do we do? I'll read a couple verses. What else we got here? Chapter 9, most confidential knowledge. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, this is chapter 9 of Bhagavad Gita, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. Remember it? Truth will set you free. Isn't that amazing? Truth will set you free. And he didn't even get into the ecstatic truth, really. I mean, he was just teaching about Bhagavad Gita stuff. See, the most confidential knowledge was given with Lord Caitanya, and that's the teachings we got. See, if people listen and they really open to listening like this, then this bhakti awakens in you and takes away your miseries. And then you don't have to follow these strict paths. People doing difficult meditations. following the rules and fastings and everything, and sadhana bhaktis and austerities and renunciation. You don't have to do any of that. See, because this is the most confidential truth that in our line that the Lord really wants to give people, and is doing it here. If you come and you get this confidential knowledge, which is not being taught even in Vaishnavism, they don't teach you this. What are you guys saying here? Yeah. Anyway, it's not taught like that. See, so this confidential knowledge will relieve all material miseries. You will feel it, because when devotion awakens in your heart, all your miseries go. Now you know what an inner bath is. Now you know why God comes here to experience that himself. Why the devotees relish these things, why they laugh, why they cry, why they relish these transcendental qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why God is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why he has that title, the Supreme. Can you imagine? Most people in religions, they think God, Allah, the faceless God, right? The Christianity, also the Father, some nebulous being up there. Okay? Because they don't have the most confidential knowledge. That was brought with Lord Caitanya. Okay? But you got to get this devotion to realize it. Otherwise, just intellectual. You got to relish those qualities by attachment to the name and the pastimes. Bet she spanks them with a firm hand when they need it. What is this going on here? These conversations, side conversations.
They're talking about the beautiful mother that Janine is.
Oh! Yeah, I saw some pictures. Very beautiful.
Yeah, but I think you're wrong. I can be very angry with them.
Oh, yeah. They need it. They need a little spare the rod, spoil the child. Who doesn't want a mother like Janine? Yeah, man. I wish I was born in. I wish I was one of those kids. Man, I'd have an edge on life. What is this, Bhakti? If you need a bag, sometimes I don't want to play that role, and sometimes I go along and play and dance with it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, what else we got here? I'll read another verse or two. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of secrets. It is the purest knowledge because it gives direct perception of self by realization. And more than Bhagavad Gita is this Chaitanya Leela. This is the most confidential knowledge. It gives direct perception of self. Why? Because this bhakti gives you the greatest understanding of the Supreme Lord's transcendental qualities. Without it, you can't appreciate the book. If bhakti was not awakening Jean's heart, she wouldn't say this is a special book. It would just be a book. This is another book. Yeah. When I first started preaching, my ex-wife was given a book by her guru, Chaitanya Mangal, and she thought, "What? I can't feel it. This is just like a book to me. I don't know." And then I read it, and then bhakti awakened in her, some attachment. All of a sudden, it became special. See, without bhakti, you don't know how special. You don't have a special relationship with God. It's all about having a special relationship. Everything is. Even with your husband and wife in the world and your children, you have a special relationship with them. It's special to you. It's special to your children. And the outsiders, it's not really that special. Your special relationship part, your husband, your spouse, or even your kids could die. And the people, I see this on TV all the time. And people, "Oh, my husband died. children, and the people are standing on the outside. See, it's so funny how this is taught. I know this is steps on toes, but this is truth. And they're on the outside. Yeah, I feel really sorry for your lot. They're not really feeling it like you are, because you're specially bound to that person. That's the way Maya works. Now I got the good news, the transcendental news. The transcendental is the opposite. It's also true. When you have this special relationship with the Lord, He's your friend, He's you're His intimate servant, or you're His parent, which you'll get all of these relationships. You have to have all these relationships here. Yeah? You have to serve the Lord intimately. If you're going to be here, you're going to get purified to do that. You have to serve Him intimately. You have to be His parent and father and mother. He's inside you, awakened now. You've got a baby, you want this baby. Janine, she's got a responsibility now. She got 4 kids now. This one's easy. He's light. Easy maintenance. Everything, how you feed the baby with your own body, your own body, right? Well, it's the same thing. You feed him with your mouth. Okay? Eats from your mouth, chanting and all that stuff. So easy maintenance. Yeah. See, special relationship. That's why, this all gopi stuff here, man. All resident Vrindavan stuff going on here. In practical actualization, man. You'll have, like Janine has her family, her husband and children, all that. And she got Krishna now, right? Just like Vrindavan. Okay, this is a new life. Okay, this is the resurrection of a new life, man. We're resurrecting Vrindavan again. Yeah. See, so all of that. And now the special relationship happened. And this one's eternal. See, this is where the real life begins. Yeah, and then you just carry out your duties in this life, But this is what it's all about. If you have just this is what they call varnashram dharma, propensity to have kids and to have family, that's your material dharma, okay? Naturally. Oh yeah, you like a certain kind of work, you're a Sudra, a Brahmin, or something, a Vaishya, a fruitive worker, stuff like that. So you engage in your varnashram dharma. See, and then your ashram is you're a householder or you're a student. That's what they did in India. That doesn't work so well nowadays. Everybody's pretty much Sudra. But if you only do that, and most people do, at best, they find their passion in life. I see this a lot in the New Age people. I found my passion in life, man. And they really, and it looks good. Yeah, it's good. That's the varnashram system. You found, you know what you're here to do physically. You got a physical propensity. But if you do only that, you're a failure, really. See, because that's not who we are. It's not material propensities. If you're lucky, this situation arises. See? Oh, you get to know your spiritual nature. It begins to awaken. You become engaged in spiritual activities of awakening that Lord, that new relationship, the eternal one inside everybody that's usually dormant begins to awaken in you. See, and you learn the process of developing that, feeding that relationship. Okay, now your life is going to be a success. See, that's what we do here. See, and the Vaidhi Bhaktas, they're beginning. This is the first kind of peek into it, and they're like little babies. They can't, like a little baby cannot properly respect things. They don't know. They just, especially if they're still in the womb. A lot of them haven't been born. They're in the womb. They're kicking like crazy. Kicking the father, the real fathers and mothers here. Yeah, but that's that. And by and by they're coming. And we'll help as many that are ready. They can come and now. We're going deeper now. This is where it gets very real. This is very complete. This is where you attain perfection in life. Yeah. Without this, even the devotees, you'll be in. If they die at that level, you know it's incomplete. They don't know what is spirit. What is spirit is known to us, and this is where we're promoting it too. You know, that's pretty powerful. Promoting spiritual worship, spiritual relationship. Not only just word, but in, you know, people can see it. What do you think, Govinda?
I think I want to see more people wake up like Janine with tears rolling down their cheeks, because I love it. It's really beautiful. I watched that all last night, and Noodles was saying, "Was you crying last night?" I was watching that, and John Andre's class, the beautiful devotees, and I like to see that. I like to see devotees wake up with those tears, and I just, you're so kind to us. You are so kind. When Janine, you know, you're saying about the microphone, you always look after us on every single level, man.
Well, you know,
Just
father's got to do his job.
sending us
You know?
phones, and you're the best, man. You're the best. You're the guru. You know, like it says in Sastra, a sage's opinion isn't a sage isn't a real sage until their opinion differs from the masses. You're a real guru. What guru in the world sends their devotees help like what you do? Resources, phones, and all the rest of it. They don't see that. Many people out there don't see that. They just latch on to the stupid the virtual reality scene behind you, think it's real, slag you off, and miss everything, and still think it's about what you put in your mouth. You know, even just it's amazing, Guru Hari. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, my reality today is Vrindavan.
It's fantastic. What a weekend we've had with the devotees as well, all together, listening to Pani. Pani's such a beautiful devotee, and Noodles, and yeah, just amazing. But they're kind as well. They get the kindness that it just rubs off. People in the world don't have kindness. I've not been in a Sangha or place where there's this kindness and compassion genuinely for each other. I haven't seen it. This is beautiful.
Well, you know, there you can find kind people, but they're kind on the bodily level still. To find people kind on the spirit level, that's unusual. It's because you got to be awakened for that. You know? They usually those kinds of persons that are awakened spiritually are usually seen as unkind by people in general because they don't care for the body stuff. They don't promote it so much. A lot of people think I don't have any compassion, you know, because I kind of poo-pooed the body a little bit, you know, kind of. I'm a little bit like coarse for that. It's like, yeah, body stuff. Oh, okay. Well, it's okay. I mean, you got to keep it healthy and all that, but don't make a religion of the body, you know. Don't worship it.
Well, God, Harry, I could never fast for 30 days, but if I had to, well, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I could do that, like what you did in Thailand in the sun, going out on Harinam. Oh my God, I don't know if I could do that. But,
yeah, that was a miracle. That's one of the miracles the Lord does sometimes, you know, because I can't do that on my own either. All right, give us a word there, Lalita. What do you have to say?
Oh.
She's a woman of many words.
When I start, I can't stop sometimes, but it's difficult to start. It's amazing. It's true, Gurmaj. That's why we do it, to have new devotees like Janine. That's why we do it. We love to see this awakening. It's so moving to the heart when you see that the Lord enters inside and embraces her, and that when I was chanting with her 2 days ago, they were so wow. It was really like holding her in my arms. It was so beautiful. Yeah. So together, yeah, here you are. You're welcome in. Yeah. Well, we wrote it to each other. Yeah, it's fantastic. And so easily, no fights, no right fighting, no yeah, but Prabhupada this and Prabhupada. No. Just be receptive for this mercy that you are giving. We don't have to ask ourselves more questions, actually. The answers, they come automatically. You receive that bhakti, and while life starts, you come in contact with Krishna, you start on that relationship, you get those revelations, and then you have the books and you have your teachings, but the most important thing is this association with you. That's all that counts. That's all that counts.
It's these devotees like the pure in heart ones that are coming too. I mean, they don't have a lot of work to do, but it's so nice everybody can come. And you just might be some right fighting here and there. But the pure in heart ones that come, and then more will come too, because it's a vibrational thing. Like vibrations, the pure hearts, they know, they kind of feel it. And yeah, I mean, I'm astounded. When I'm chanting, I'm thinking, God, I'm so blessed to have such association with the devotees. And by the way, if you ever just give me your mercy, all of you. I mean, you got such pure hearts. I'm just, a rascal, man. Just. But thank you for your association, and I just pray at your feet that you bring me into Vrindavan too. Even if I'm last, I don't mind. Just get me in there
It's
somehow.
a bit too funny, Guru Maharaj.
No, I just really, I mean, God, I just can't believe it. Man. I'm so lucky. Luckiest person. I feel so rich, really, really wealthy. Yeah,
It's the wealth of the Lord that we all share it together.
It's to get such nice devotees and friends, and wow, it's like, yeah,
Living in the spiritual world here on earth together. That's actually the most beautiful thing you can imagine.
Yeah. I mean, we really need it. This world really needs it now. That's why there's some really special, wonderful thing happening here that we're a part of, to really, I mean, the world really needs it. It's really dark time, but also it's just the Lord's pastime. The more I see it, it's just like, it's his show, man, the whole thing, Yeah. See, the Lord knows past, present, and future. That's why these things were predicted already. See, they're all predicted because he gives these the prophecies to the sages, and they know and they write it down. And this time was predicted, because the Lord knows, and so something beautiful comes out of it. Yeah. So the demons and the demigods are not very clear what's going on. But the devotees, you see the kind of worship we're doing, we become more increasingly clear the more broader picture, because the Lord informs us. That's why you must eventually become a devotee, otherwise you won't understand what truth is. It's not enough just to be a good person, and then they got the bad people, and then it's all confusions. Only devotion clarifies the essential picture of everything. That's what I see, it's, so blessed, so blessing. Thank you so much for your association, all of you.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, you made the association. You made the devotees, and now you have association. How did you do that?
I don't know, man. I don't know how. I just, because I didn't do it. It's really the Lord does it. All I did was just worship in this way, and it just got clearer and clearer that this is why God Himself comes here, to show the glories of this worship, and that's what we're here to do, is to help people evolve into this and attain the goal of life quickly. Because, all of us know without this bhakti, we would just be ordinary in this world. This gives us an extraordinary existence. It gives us, makes us God and goddesses of fortune in this world. Like those worshipable deities, the goddess of fortune. Yeah, the devotees here are becoming like that. Literally. I mean, literally, no exaggeration at all. And you start to see it, how like the Lord takes care of you on very amazing levels and ways that people have a hard time. People don't know. They don't have this knowledge. They don't have this happiness, this very special happiness, very powerful happiness. It changes the vibration of not only you, but those who come in touch with you and the whole world and universe, actually. This vibration is not from this world. It's just like what Jesus said is applicable here. He said, I'm not of this world. I'm in this world, but not of this world. That because begin to know who you are. You're in a transcendental spiritual personality. The Lord awakens that truth in us. And then you start vibing that in this world of illusions. People are illusion in all things. And what is the truth? The truth is bhakti, is devotion. The truth is the conclusive understanding of that because of bhakti. Okay? So that's real. That's really real, eternal real. Everybody is temporarily real. They have a temporary body, identifying with that. And they live and they, develop, all this temporary stuff. Amass things and stuff and everything, then die and then come back again because attached to that. Okay? We're increasingly become attached to the spiritual form of God in the form of His name and pastimes. Every time you read Janine like this, awakens your devotion. It's putting out your fires of material relationship with the world. You just start realize, that's not who I am. Then you float through this world more and more. You're just like floating, literally,
This spiritual help that we get is really needed. You really need that help of the Spirit, because how can you understand things that are not from this world if you are still from this world? You need to have that change. You need to become spiritually transformed. And then suddenly you start to come in contact with that other world and understand it gradually. But otherwise...
Yeah, this knowledge in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and this Chaitanya Lila especially, is not of this world. Without devotion that the Lord came to bring it 550 years ago, and that we're bringing, again, awakening in people, you cannot understand this otherworldly knowledge. Everybody's speculating on it. Just by the fact that these people are putting themselves up as gurus of Vrindavan, which is a laugh. It's ridiculous. It's not. It's just a lie. Actually, it's a big lie, and people have false hope in that. So anyway, that's the Lord. When the Lord comes, we're here to teach reality. We teach the quick path. You don't have to be bewildered by that. Whether you could be a guru and you're also bewildered. You don't know, it's the blind leading the blind. Both parties need to know for their own benefit, their well-being, so that everybody can be transcendentally, spiritually happy forever. That's what it's all about. Not about some position in life. That's what the role model here is. You see a devotee like Lalita with all this ecstasy, and she's in a position as a disciple, and she loves it, right? You love your position. The Lord gave you a position and you love it and you preach like that, and I have my position, just a position. The Lord organically positions us. Govinda, look, he's a humble guy, just out there going on his bicycle here and there. Looks pretty happy for a guy with no money, huh? That's a great, yeah. How can you look like that? Usually he's blissed out of his mind. What an example for the world. Somehow or other he gets by. Huh? It's like a Sridhar. Sridhar was very poor, but very happy. He chanted the name in ecstasy. And he was the Lord's best friend. Like Govinda, the Lord's his best friend. He's the best friend of God. See? We got a lot of people like that here. They're very intimate with the Lord. And they know it, and it's coming out. The realization, the Lord informs them many deep things that not even these gurus understand. See? And if you're a real devotee, you're satisfied with that, whatever your position is, right? It's like, hey man, thank you. That's the main thing. And unless you become an ecstatic devotee, you won't have this kind of intimate relationship, which means intimate knowledge and very intimate happiness that most of the world doesn't know. And you're not immortal because you want to be, God, who wouldn't want to live forever? See? But people think, see, an illusion. Of course, I'm also spirit soul. I also got knowledge. I also got my relationship with God. Yeah, are you ecstatic? Do tears pour out of your eyes? Are they coming out? Are they awakening? Can you see these books are special? Can you feel these books are special? Can you relish? That's the beginning. What you're experiencing, Janine, is the beginning of Ras. The reason why the Lord came here, to give spiritual taste for the name, the pastimes, the qualities of Krishna. That is the only path you need. Nobody has to say, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should follow rules or regulations or all that. And you just can tell them, no, I'm following the highest path. The greatest path is to taste the nectar of the holy name of God. And you satisfy the Lord perfectly when you do that. Perfect. Yeah. And if you can't do that, well, you might satisfy him with austerities, but you'll think you're satisfied or you're getting this. No, you won't know that it's all about the Lord's satisfaction. That's what intimacy does. You realize, oh God, the Lord is really satisfied. No wonder I'm so happy. Really, can you realize that? I'm amazed that the Lord shows me these things.
That's the trick.
Go ahead, what?
That's the trick.
Yeah.
Know how to satisfy him. And then you are happy.
Yeah. That's the highest happiness for the devotee, is satisfying the Lord on the level of bhakti, devotion, intimacy. Jesus said the Lord is very much looking for this worship in spirit and truth, so that you don't have to go hard work or go on big pilgrimages, up mountains, big Himalayas, people walking up there to do a pilgrimage and austerities to prove they're sincere and all that. You don't have to do all that. I told you this story. I'm over in Govardhan here, Govardhan, the people putting the rock before them and bowing, and it's raining, going around. It takes them like 30 days to go around the mountain like this. And they go, and basically they're saying, you see how sincere I am, Lord, how sincere. I'm standing right there. And I can just, hey, you can put the rocks down. Just come into this association, man, chant with us. No, I don't have faith in it. I just want to do this. See? So that's why the Lord, until you're ready to do that, of just coming into the association of ecstatic devotees, everything is a bit harder. It's just the way it is. Here, everything becomes easier. Your worship becomes natural. You become naturally liberated soul in this world, and you naturally worship the Lord. You naturally chant his name, and natural ecstasy arises, and you satisfy. You're the best pujari. In the eyes of the Lord, he's saying, "This is the best pujari I've ever had, man. You know, my God, I wish I had more, but I have 1,000 of those coming to the temple, you know, with the flame and the lamp and the water and building the huge temples. And I got this person where they're the paraphernalia. Everything is in them, you know, because bhakti is in them. I just want this offering their heart to me." Yeah, simple. What do you think, Janine?
You can have my heart. You and the Lord, I will give my heart freely and voluntarily.
Well, we'll give that heart to Lord Chaitanya's feet.
Yes.
I'm just a mailbox here. You delivered your letter to the right place. Okay, Lord, you heard Janine. She's giving you her heart. What are you going to give her back? You got to give her something. I mean, she's giving you her heart, and you better give her something really special. Yeah, he said he's got something real special for you.
I'm really looking forward to it. No, it's really beautiful having the first taste, the first impression of this rasa.
Yeah.
I'm really keen on what's coming, how it will go, how it will be as you said, experience the floating in everyday life when everything becomes smooth and easy and not so more important. Everything that's not transcendental, because that's still a long way to go. There's a lot of purification ahead. So,
Oh yeah, well, it's a journey and one that you're gonna like. It's increasingly more. Yeah, it's like a great adventure. Like this is the adventure of adventures, and it never ends. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's take a break. I think it's time. And thank you very much. What time is it over there in Belgium?
It is 9 o'clock. A little bit.
That's good. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sure Janine has to put the babies to bed, right? You have to put children in bed.
they are already asleep.
There are. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, they got-
I did one. My husband took the other two.
That's the husband.
The husband? What? The husband? What?
He took the other ones to bed.
Oh, he took the other ones in. Oh, okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. Play the song. A song. Let's see. What do we got? Yes.
Libérate del hambre pidiendo tu pizza favorita de Little Caesars.
I want to tell you a story.
I used to believe that Jesus was
one's with the words.
My sweet Lord, my Lord, my Lord. I really wanna see you, really wanna be with you, really wanna see you, Lord, but it takes so long, my Lord, my sweet Lord. My Lord, my Lord.
Oh, I see. Sorry about that.
I really want to know you, really want to go with you, really want to show you love, but it won't take long. My sweet Lord, my Lord, my sweet Lord. Really want to see you, really want to see you, really want to see you, Lord. Really want to see you, Lord, but it takes so long, my Lord, my sweet Lord, my Lord, my Lord. I really want to know you, really want to go with you, really want to show you love, but it won't take long, my Lord. My sweet Lord, my Lord. My sweet Lord, I really want to see you, really want to be with you, really want to see you, Lord. It takes so long, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord, my sweet Lord, my sweet Lord, sweet Lord, sweet Lord, my Lord, sweet Lord.
Okay, Haribo, everybody. We'll see you later, huh? Hare Krishna. Till we